Hello Borough fans, it's Joe from Borough Fan TV and this is the preview for our upcoming game on Friday the 2nd of August with a quarter-away kick-off as the Borough take on Luton Town in the Scarbet Championship at Kenilworth Road. Now, it's a new season, new start, new optimism, new belief. Now we have Jonathan Woodgate now at the helm along with Robbie Keane and Leo, of course, don't forget that, back on the coaching team. So it's a pretty fresh start, all the teams are equal for the start of the new season. And for Borough, it's very much a new Nissan life, basically, despite loads of claims, complaining about the management. But at the moment, well, for me at least, in Woody we trust. Going on to the first game of the season, to be honest, a first game of the season, a long trek away to Luton, which I believe is about 4.5+ hours to get there, I believe. Not easy to start with, and I believe this is the third time in 3 seasons that Borough start their season away from home. We were away at Wolves the first time we were back in the Championship, and then last season we were away at Millwall, and now Luton away to the start this season. So why can't we just get our first game of the season at home for once, eh, Borough fans? Last time that happened was back in the Premier League when we were against Stoke, I do believe. Well, maybe not, I'm not very good at memories as much these days. From what I've seen on Jonathan Woodgate's press conference today, all good. There was only like 3 major injury doubts, going into the game. Obviously Dale Fry is going to be out of the match on Saturday due to injury. Jonathan Woodgate said it'll be a couple of weeks before Dale's back in the frame. There was also doubts over Darren Randolph, who was obviously limped off injured when he played Gateshead in the friendly in pre-season. And then George Friend, who was missing for the better half of last season, but he's coming back to full fitness, is our captain. Woodgate said Randolph and Friend are possibly maybes going into the trip. But also don't forget, our 3 new signings at the moment are in the frame. As we know, Thomas Mejias has re-signed with the club ever since we lost Dimmy. Who was released, of course. He's gone to play his club football in Dubai now, I believe. Also, we brought in Marcus Brown from West Ham United. From what I've heard, he's a very, very good player, very good winger. Spent the last part of the season on loan at Oxford in League One. And then we signed Mark Bowler from Blackpool, who's a left-back who can move himself forward if needed. So possibility he could be starting, with George Friend being a doubt, but we'll see how Woody starts with this Friday. Now going to Luton, fair play to them. Two back-to-back promotions in the last couple of years. Very good fan base. Also, they've got a new manager, of course, in the form of Graham Jones. So he'll be hoping to start off strong. They've got a very good squad, compared, with the last 2 seasons, they got promoted from Leagues 2 and League 1. It's a very good squad they've got in their ranks. Obviously, their main threat's going to be coming from their main striker, Danny Hilton. Obviously, he's got like 50 goals in 3 seasons he's been at the Luton Town. He's very highly rated amongst all the Football League clubs. Luton have brought in some players of their own in the transfer window. Obviously, Callum McManaman's one of them, which we know he can cause a threat. And also, former Borough players in Martin Craney and Jacob Butterfield are in their ranks as well. And also, the ones who are still in their squad, I do like the look of that Luke Berry, who can come in midfield, can produce shots from lethal range. So this has the potential to be a very difficult game this Friday night. Quick fact as well, before going into the game as well, this is actually the first time that Borough and Luton have played each other in the league since the 1994-95 season in the old Division 1. Now, the first game in October of that season didn't end in disaster for us Borough fans, as Luton came up with winning 5-1 at Kenilworth Road. However, in the reverse fixture at home, we managed to beat them 2-1, which was a very synonymous game for us Borough fans, as it was the last game to be played at Ayresome Park, and we won the Division 1 title last season to get promoted to the Premier League. So, as far as away day is concerned, can Borough lift the curse off Kenilworth Road after that 5-1 defeat in October of '94? You never know. Because we're bringing just over 1,000, I think, down to Luton this Friday. So, let's just hope for Woody's first game in charge can produce with the win. And more importantly, the 3 points. Anyway, if you're new to Borough Fan TV, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. As well as our social media links below. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. I'm going to be producing the final whistle as always after every game at the end of the season. Either that or Mike Loudon, who's joined the team as well. He'll be doing some stuff while I'm away as well at some point of the season. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We're nearly almost at 8,000 subscribers here on Borough Fan TV. If we get there this season, that'll be a hell of an achievement for us of where we are. Anyway, Borough fans, until then, and please just get the 3 points on my 30th birthday at least on Friday night. Up the Borough.